Hello everyone, good morning, and we are live today at 11 a.m. Usually we do our session in the evening, but I thought of it. Let's change the time and let's see how many people join us in the morning time. So here we are. Today we have Sahiba Singh Dhupar who's joined us to talk about body positivity and hair. Before we go ahead, I would like to introduce her. So she has provided her services to schools, to various schools on body positivity. She is a communication skill trainer, soft skill trainer, image consultant, etiquette, and grooming coach. And of course, she has done MBA from Amity University, and there's a long list of her educational accomplishments. And been from that from an HR, to communication skill trainer. Let's know about her journey from her. So here I introduce Saiba Singh Dhupar with me. Hello, Saiba. How are you?
Hello, Vinny. A very, very good morning, and good morning to everybody who's watching us.
Yeah, thank you so much. We were just reading out your profile. So you have done MBA in HR. So how has been your journey from HR to a soft skill trainer? It has been like? Just throw
So
some
I
light
was a
on.
terrible, I was a terrible HR, and I remember
Okay.
that मैं हर interview screening में सबको pass कर देती थी. And then the operations department used to call and say, "Who is this girl? Screen किसको भेज देती है? She does not know how to HR screen anybody." And all I wanted to do was not take 40 interviews in a day, but go the other side of the table and help them with little tips that could help them clear the interview. So
Okay.
I think those were tremors before the big earthquake of my life, which made me realize that I want to empower people. And that's how the journey actually began. That realization came from HR.
Okay. So after leaving HR, what it was like? What you did? Okay, you left HR. Okay. Then what was the next step?
I left HR. I got married. I was
Okay.
23, got married to the love of my life. He's my childhood best friend.
Oh
And
wow.
it was all hunky dory for the first few months, and then I started feeling aimless and wasted because of course he was moving out, he was working, I had nothing to do. My parents along pampered me like a daughter, but then how long? Kab tak aap ek aimless life jiyenge? And I didn't want to have
Right.
a child very soon anyway. So I decided that I will pursue my career, which I may have to start from scratch. So I professionally equipped myself to call myself all those fancy titles that are scrolling down.
Okay. Okay, that's interesting. So, since we are going to talk about body positivity today, we end up our relationship with our own self really depends on what we think about ourselves, and that is where I think body positivity comes. People who are fat, they generally don't have very good image about themselves. People who are extreme thin, they just generally don't have any good image about them. People who are dark in color, they don't have good image about them. So I think body positivity covers all those aspects, and majority of people, in the world is generally, who's on the other side, who are struggling with
Yes,
their own body, and their thoughts. So what
we
is
all are.
body positivity? Yeah. So what is body positivity according to you?
In my opinion, body positivity is an attitude of acceptance, and not accepting something कि यही मेरी किस्मत है तो चलो कोई नहीं. No, it's about accepting that we carry something which is being gifted to us. Yes, we have the power to nourish it, but nourishment also begins with loving yourself. And I think the beautiful thing about body positivity that I'd like to give for especially mothers here is that treat your body like you treat your child. Give it unconditional love and support. Even if it fails you a little, you will not stop loving it, right? So
Right.
be a mother to yourself.
Okay. Just not bothering others and but bothering yourself. So is it like body shaming is only for heavy people?
नो नॉट एट ऑल. आप पतले इंसान को देखिए, उसको बोला जाता है क्या घर वाले कुछ खिलाते नहीं है?
Right.
Dangad, candle legs, toothpicks. What are the kind of names that you give these thin people? What is their fault? In fact, I remember my mother. She was
Mhm.
extremely thin. Okay, 5'7" in height, lanky girl in college, and she was known as Flatty, if you know
Okay.
what I mean. Even
Okay.
that's body shaming.
Right. Right. So,
So, and she
how
used to
does
feel
one?
bad. So it was, yeah.
So, how one should deal with it?
So the first thing is that थोड़ा thick skinned होना पड़ेगा.
Okay.
बचपन में जब हम स्कूल जाते थे ना, सो हमारा फ्रेंड हमको आके बोलता था यू आर अ डोंकी, और हम टीचर के पास रोते रोते जाते थे, टीचर शी कॉल्ड मी अ डोंकी. टीचर कहती थी शीशे में देखो, यस टीचर, व्हाट डू यू सी? टीचर, आई सी माई सेल्फ. सो डू यू सी अ डोंकी? नो टीचर. तो बेटा किसी के डोंकी कहने से आप डोंकी नहीं बन जाओगे. ये इतनी
Right.
फंडामेंटल लाइफ की सीख हमें जो दी गई थी, हम बड़े होके भूल जाते हैं, और हम वही अपने आप को देखते हैं जो दुनिया हमें दिखाती है.
Right. Right.
दुनिया
Right.
कहती है that fat is ugly, so I'm ugly. दुनिया कहती है thin is not beautiful, so I'm not beautiful. दुनिया ने मुझे जो दिखाया, मैंने खुद को उस नजर से देखा. पहले अपना नजरिया बदलो, दुनिया के नजारे अपने आप बदलेंगे. That is what I truly believe in.
True. True. So, tell us some of your any experience of yours with your client where you actually help them change their image, because I believe if you are thinking so negative about yourself, it does definitely affect your psyche, and when it affects your psyche, it affects your career, your life, your whole being. So,
Yes.
any of the stories you would like to share with us of your client where you actually help them, change the way they will look at themselves?
देर आर प्लेंटीफुल एक्चुअली. मेरे प्रोफेशन की एक बहुत खास बात ये है दैट हम इनसाइड आउट ट्रांसफॉर्मेशन में बिलीव करते हैं. सो द फर्स्ट थिंग दैट वी डू इज चेंज योर आउटलुक टुवर्ड्स योरसेल्फ एंड वर्क ऑन योर इनर कॉन्फिडेंस एंड डेवलप द स्ट्रेंथ्स दैट यू हैव irrespective of how you see your body. And then we use the tools, that is the science of image management, to be able to help you style yourself so that you feel authentic, original according to your personal style. You dress up according to your body shape, and trust me, shape is different to size. Like an extra small and an extra large can be the same body shape, so their styling will be similar even though their sizes are very different. So we do body shape styling for them. There are various tools that we use to help someone feel beautiful by not just their clothing but also their thinking. As I said, it's an inside out process.
Right. So, how do I feel, positive about my body at all times? No matter even if at home. Okay, well, you spoke about styling, or you spoke about when you're moving
Yes.
out,
Yes.
right? But what about the times we are home, with our family? And I think the highest amount of comments you receive from your family when with your
Yes.
brother, sisters, or with your, near and dear ones, and that hurts the most, right? So, how do one
Yes.
stay
Yes.
positive during those times, especially with the lockdown is a घर में रह रहे हैं, and being fat, I guess you end up receiving the highest amount of comments from your
Yes.
family. So yeah.
So there is this concept that I'm explaining to everybody today, which is the relationship between three self terms: self image, self esteem, and self confidence. Let's try and understand this in the next 1 minute. Self image is your mental portrait of yourself. That is, आप खुद को किस नजर से देखते हो. This can be regarding your looks. This can be regarding your importance in your own eyes. This can be regarding how you do your work. But your self image basically tells you how you rate yourself in your own eyes. So, it's a beautiful way of understanding whether your self image is healthy or not. Irrespective of where you are, who you are with, and what they say to you, what you feel about yourself should always be at the top of the ladder. It's a process, it's a journey, it will not come overnight. And let's be very, very honest, we women or we girls have not been taught to love ourselves unconditionally. So you have to acquire and learn this skill. The second aspect is self esteem. Self esteem is your worthiness or your self regard. That is, how important do you think you are? How worthy do you think you are for various things in life? A lot of us grow up thinking or have been made to believe that मैं इसके लायक नहीं हूँ, etc. Let me give you my example. I've always been an extremely confident girl. But when I was supposed to get married to my childhood best friend, he was a thin, tall, fair, extremely good looking young man, and I was this Winnie the Pooh chubby ball of cotton. And my worthiness, my self-worth, because society felt that how can they become a pair, how can a good looking handsome man want to marry, an overweight 23-year-old girl. I had to convince myself that he's not settling for less. I deserve him. And that is self esteem. When you tell yourself and you believe that you deserve the best and that there's nothing wrong with you. And third is self confidence. Self confidence is the ability that you have, is the faith that you have in your abilities. So you know that I can do this. And that is the faith that you have that in your capabilities. So self image, self esteem, and self confidence need to go hand in hand, and it's a chain reaction. A healthy self image will lead to a high amount of self esteem, and a high self esteem will lead to greater amounts of self confidence. So if these three things are worked upon, which as an image consultant we try and tell our clients that we do it through counseling, through their overall increasing their worth, because everybody has got some gaps in their personality and which they feel they have. And we as trainers, as personality coaches, try to fill those gaps. It could be communication, it could be dressing, it could be behavioral skills. मैं मना नहीं कर पाती, लोग मुझे seriously नहीं लेते. These are the kind of things that show that you are lacking in your self-image and self-esteem. So it's just a journey that every woman or every person should go through, so that you are first able to accept and love yourself the way you want others to accept and love you. The circle needs to start from the right point. दुनिया मुझे जैसे बताती है मैं वैसे खुद को देखती हूँ, वैसे फील और बिहेव करती हूँ. नहीं, आप खुद को जैसे देखती हैं वैसे आप फील और बिहेव कीजिए और वैसे लोग आपको देखेंगे. ये चेंज मैंने अपनी लाइफ में खुद लाई, and that is where I am today, and I'm a living specimen of this journey. So I just want to empower people and let people know that if I can, you can.
Very well said, Saiba. So, thank you so much for giving this interesting tips. So, any tips, any particular slangs or any particular things, and how does this impact your psyche? I wanted to understand that as well. So, how do you little start working on it? That little things telling you to yourself. The example that you gave of a child that the अगर तुम्हें कोई खरगोश बोल रहा है तो तुम खरगोश नहीं हो जाओगे, right? So, such examples, if you would like to give us, so that people can understand a bit more better.
क्या होता है, वैलिडेशन एक बड़ा इंपॉर्टेंट टर्म है. वैलिडेशन का मतलब है दैट सामने वाला के कहने और सोचने पे आपकी अपनी साइकी बहुत डिपेंड कर रही है. हमें वैलिडेशन खुद से लेनी है, दूसरों से नहीं लेनी है. फॉर एग्जाम्पल, अगर मैं अच्छी दिख रही हूँ, I look in the mirror and I tell myself, hey Saiba, you look nice today. कैमरा एंगल अच्छा लग रहा है. आप 2-3 और वीडियो बना लेते हैं. बट मैं अच्छी लग रही हूँ ये मुझे पता है, बट मुझे विनी मैम आके बोल रही है, हे साइबा आज तुम अच्छी लग रही हो. रियली मैम मैं अच्छी लग रही हूँ? अच्छा, मैं आज ना मैंने एक नया काजल लगाया है. हमें कॉम्प्लीमेंट लेना भी नहीं आता, हम उसमें भी खुद को क्वेश्चन करते हैं. वी आर enveloped with self doubt. खुद को पॉजिटिविटी देना सीखो. एंड दीज पॉजिटिव एफर्मेशंस कुड बी थ्रू एनी वे. सुबह उठ के जर्नल में लिखना शुरू कर दो, ब्रश करते हुए मिरर में आंखें देख के अपने आप को बोलो. ये छोटी छोटी साइकोलॉजिकल एक्सरसाइजेस हैं. when you and as I said, if you need mentorship, then you have the right mentors in the market to help you come, to help you exhibit the best of who you are. हमें ये लगता है कि जो हमारा बेस्ट वर्जन है वो है ही नहीं, या फिर वो कहीं और है. एक्चुअल में हमारा बेस्ट वर्जन पर्सनालिटी का हमारे ही अंदर बहुत सारे लेयर्स ऑफ डाउट और लोगों के एक्सपेक्टेशंस के नीचे दबा हुआ है, और एज मेंटोर्स हम उसे बाहर निकलवाते हैं ताकि ladies are able to cope with the unrealistic societal expectations.
True, true, true. So, thank you so much for this interesting insight, and I think people who listening to this video or listen this later, वो लोग कुछ relate करें और कुछ ऐसी psychological exercise करें अपने साथ. So, moving further, what's something controversial about body positivity that you believe or agree with?
Controversial.
Yes.
I remember people posting comments on plus size bloggers that I used to follow a few years back. That people like you, in the name of body positivity, are spreading positivity for obesity. You are actually propagating and endorsing ill health. And it kind of stuck to me. That thought pinned into my head that, okay, जिस इंसान को नहीं पता कि एक बॉडी में चेंजेस खाने के अलावा और 100 रीजन से आ सकते हैं,
Right.
वो just the way fat or anything is related to ugly, and we have these standardized parameters of a perfect body and perfect beauty.
Right.
So सबसे बड़ी controversial thing मुझे ये लगती है कि आप सबसे पहले ये myth clear कीजिए that your inner health can be great even though you may carry a little bit of weight or a lot of it also. I climb mountains with my husband. I'm 87 kilos. शायद 90 भी हो गई हूँ क्योंकि लॉकडाउन में मेरा 2-3 किलो बढ़ा है, मुझे पता है. मुझे शर्म नहीं आ रही है बोलने में. जब एक 55, 58 बोल सकती है अपने आप को, तो मुझे हमें शर्म दिलवाई जाती है. एज मत बताओ, वेट मत बताओ. Why? What are these stigmas that we are, encircled with? We don't need this negativity in our life. Your inner health should be good. You should be leading a healthy lifestyle. You should be physically active and be able to do anything that a thin person does. Even if you do it a little slower, chalega, but do it. When I go out on holidays, I walk more than 20,000 steps in a day with this body. My blood reports are absolutely fine. I have no thyroid, no diabetes, not even borderline, no cholesterol, nothing. I eat and drink what I like. I lead a balanced life where I indulge also and I take care of my health also. What is wrong? I'm not going to sit with a sympathy card. Nobody should. No woman should be apologetic for having the body she does if it is anything because of eating.
Right. 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 True.
And
Very well said.
that is the meaning of self validation. कि आप खुद को validate करते हैं. That I don't think the world deserves any explanations from me. I don't owe you an explanation. And
So why does
lastly, I'm sorry, Ji.
why is it like women so critical about their bodies? I've not seen much men being so critical about their bodies. Yeah.
Yes, there's a reason behind that. And remember, I spoke about self image.
Right.
So statistics also speak that women are not blessed with healthy self image as compared to men. And that has got a lot to do with upbringing.
Okay.
हम जिस era से आते हैं, now of course things are changing, but I think our mothers and anyone who's born anywhere between 1960 to 1985 will kind of link with this, that बॉयज के ऊपर while growing up ये ज्यादा प्रेशर रहता है कि तुम्हें घर संभालना है, तुम्हें पैसा कमाना है, लड़की नहीं देगा कोई, अपनी आमदनी लेकर आओ. बट लड़कियों को इस बात पे बोला जाता था कि अगर तुम सुंदर नहीं दिखोगी, अगर तुम docile, demure और घरेलू नहीं होगी, तो तुम्हें कौन अपने घर लेकर जाएगा. I still remember there was this cousin Masi of mine who was 30. She had not married at that time and she was so educated that उनके लिए रिश्ते नहीं आते थे because she was highly educated. And every
Wow.
man used to feel कि मैं अपने से ज्यादा पढ़ी लिखी औरत के साथ शादी क्यों करूं. And she used to be cursed for that कि तेरा ब्याह नहीं होता पिया, होर पढ़. आप एक औरत की सेल्फ इमेज दबाते हो, सो आपकी बॉडी और आपका लुक्स उसमें सबसे बड़ा रोल प्ले करता है, बिकॉज एक लड़की को सबसे पहला पैरामीटर ही जजमेंट का उसके लुक्स है। क्यों मैट्रिमोनियल क्लासिफाइड्स में फेयर स्लिम इज इक्वल टू ब्यूटीफुल बोला जाता है?
राइट, काफी ज्यादा है वो तो
लेकिन
फिर।
लड़के के लिए हैंडसम तो नहीं लिखते, लड़के के लिए 6 फिगर, ओन हाउस, ये सब हाईली एजुकेटेड, ये सब बोला जाता है। ऑफ कोर्स टाइम्स आर चेंजिंग, अब हमें एजुकेटेड और कमाऊ लड़की भी चाहिए, लेकिन लुक्स का फैक्टर अभी भी चेंज नहीं हुआ,
I guess it's
वो अभी
changing
भी
somewhere
चाहिए।
with people like you pushing across a lot of body positivity. And I think
We
it's the women
must,
who
you are
can change.
beautiful. Yes, it's us women who have to change that. You know why? You know why, Vinny? That's the biggest question of today's session, is because not only are we women, but we are also mothers who raise the future men.
So true.
तो हमें अपनी बेटियों की सेल्फ इमेज तो बनानी ही है, लेकिन हमने अपने बेटों को उस लायक बनाना है कि वो औरत को सही नजर से नापना सीखें, उनका जजमेंट क्राइटेरिया सही हो, तभी तो औरतें कम प्रेशराइज्ड फील करेंगी। एंड ऑनेस्टली, एज अ फेमिनिस्ट मैं ये बात बहुत दोहराती हूँ, औरतों की ये हालत मर्दों की वजह से नहीं है, औरतों की वजह से है।
सही बात है। So moving
तो हमें
further,
पहले एक दूसरे का साथ देना है।
एक दूसरे का साथ देना चाहिए। Because life is not about zero figure.
यस,
Life is much beyond it, and life is all about living and not body shaming. And as we are actually seeing, like we are glad that Vidya Balan, actresses like Vidya Balan have come forward and actually spoken about that okay, they can do best and they can do amazing acting without keeping the figure in mind. So yeah, I think times are changing. Bollywood is trying to change the market. So that's glad. So any book you would like to suggest to people, who can read, people can read and start working on themselves. Not everybody can afford to have a mentor, but I guess they can read online and get some more tips. Of course, you'll be there. You are already giving a lot of tips on your social media, but some books that people can read.
I'm someone who's very upfront, and I'll be very honest that there might be many books available in the market, but I have never even bothered to look at them because that is not my idea of propagating body positivity. I think सोच बदलने के लिए हमें सही रोल मॉडल्स चाहिए अपने आसपास. If you are someone who wants to read, of course there are certain things that probably after this session I may be able to find something for you, but I don't believe in it. I think belief system बहुत matter करता है. मैं बॉडी पॉजिटिविटी जैसे टॉपिक के लिए बुक रीडिंग फॉर चेंजिंग योर थॉट प्रोसेस नहीं रेकमेंड करूंगी, बिकॉज ये आपकी जिंदगी का बदलाव नहीं है, ये आपकी सोच का बदलाव है, और ये जिंदगी भर आपके साथ रहना चाहिए. सो इट्स अ ट्रांसफॉर्मेशनल change that you have to bring in your thought process eventually, which will reflect in your personality. So I don't think that a book will do a lot of justice to it, but of course if our listeners do want any recommendations, I would be able to provide them. If they get in touch with me, I'll give them some recommendations later.
Okay. Okay. Great. Thank you so much. Any experiences you would like to share with our audience
I think
about
मेरी खुद
being an
की
consultant, about your journey, or your clients, which have come up with specific questions, this particular situation they are facing in their office, or this particular situation they're facing at home, and how you give the
yes.
solution, something of that sort, if you'd like to put some light on.
Absolutely. I think body positivity comes as a byproduct. ये एक ऐसी चीज है जो अगर एक बार आपके अंदर आ गई तो बहुत सारी पॉजिटिविटी और बहुत सारे पॉजिटिव थॉट्स अपने साथ लेकर आती है. एंड दैट्स द ब्यूटी ऑफ लविंग योरसेल्फ, इज बिकॉज इट मेक्स यू अनरावल, makes you see so many things about your personality that you didn't know earlier on, or you didn't even bother to look at because you were only busy focusing on what other people are showing you. So I think to change your perspective and to be able to see yourself just the way you want to see yourself. And there is this one thing that I'd like to clarify, that vanity and arrogance are different. Let's not mix this with body positivity or self love. Vanity means that मुझसे बेहतर कोई नहीं है. Arrogance also says that. But self love says that I love myself even with my flaws. I am I am not flawless, but I am awesome, and hence I am flawsome. अपने आप को अपनी गलतियों के साथ एक्सेप्ट करना, और जिन चीजों पे जो आपके एरियाज ऑफ डेवलपमेंट है, दैट इज द थिंग्स दैट यू कैन डेवलप एंड नरिश विद टाइम, ट्रेनिंग, with a lot of mentoring, guidance, or with your self guidance, with your own mindfulness, is something that brings you to a juncture in life that, okay, I love myself, these are things I can't do anything about, and these are things that I can do something about. So why don't I work on myself? And the brand that I have, personified with Sahiba, it also focuses on this, that I add life to your persona. And the tagline that I always have is work on you for you. So always have the right reasons to work on yourself. If you want to lose weight, even that's body positivity. But you should have the right reasons to be wanting to lose weight. If you want to lose weight because you feel this will make you feel more beautiful, get you a good guy to get married, get you less taunts, get you acceptance in society, or because everybody else you know is thin, trust me, these are all the wrong reasons to lose weight. Whatever you want to develop in your personality, do it for the right reason. And the first and the foremost reason, for every right reason, is that you're doing it only for yourself. And that you do it because it will only make you better than who you are. And what you are right now is nothing less. Because the most beautiful thing about us is that we are unique girls. We are so authentic. And हम इंस्टाग्राम और पिंटरेस्ट के स्क्रीनशॉट्स ले लेकर अपने आउटफिट्स कॉपी करवाते हैं, हम मेकअप ट्रेंड्स कॉपी करते हैं. इट्स गुड टू बी गेट इंस्पायर्ड, इट्स गुड टू गेट इंस्पिरेशन, बट यू नीड टू अंडरस्टैंड दैट ओरिजिनल चीज जो होती है ना, वो अपनी ऑथेंटिसिटी में सबसे खूबसूरत लगती है. और हम भगवान की नायाब क्रिएशन है. हम एक फ्रेटर्निटी में एक एक औरत, एक एक लड़की सबसे यूनिक है. क्या आपको अपनी यूनिकनेस पता है? अगर मैं अभी आपसे आपके जवाब सुन पाती, तो मैं आपसे यही पूछती, अपने बारे में वो चीज बताओ जो आपको सबसे अलग बनाती है, जो आपको यूनिक बनाती है. And which is the beauty of being a woman, is that even though we are so same, we are still original, authentic, and यूनिक विद इन आवरसेल्व्स. अपनी यूनिकनेस को आइडेंटिफाई कीजिए, एक्सेप्ट कीजिए, एम्ब्रेस कीजिए, और फिर उसे दुनिया को दिखाइए, अपने लिए, सबके लिए. बट मोस्ट इम्पॉर्टेंटली, आपके बारे में जो सब सोचते हैं वो उतना मैटर नहीं करता जितना आप अपने बारे में जो सोचते हैं वो मैटर करता है.
Very well said, Saiba. So before we move, would you like to give some tips or some regular exercises people should do to move towards body positivity, move towards better self-image?
Absolutely.
Daily
So
exercises for body training. Yeah.
first things first, I think it's very important that we lead a healthy lifestyle. And healthy means physical health, mental health, spiritual health. ये तीनों हेल्थ्स को इक्वल इंपॉर्टेंस मिलनी बहुत जरूरी है. अगर आपके पेट पर एब्स हैं लेकिन आपके दिमाग में बहुत ही ज्यादा नेगेटिविटी है और टॉक्सिक एलिमेंट्स हैं, सो आपकी हेल्थ डजंट मैटर. फिर तो आप सिर्फ अपने एब्स की नुमाइश कर रहे हैं. So even if you have a little flab on your tummy, but you're happy from inside, you're happy with yourself, your health is really nice, that is what matters. क्यों होता है कि क्रैश डाइटिंग के बाद स्किन सैग होने लगती है, दाग आ जाते हैं, ये सब क्यों होता है? हम अपनी फिजिकल हेल्थ को भी कॉम्प्रोमाइज कर देते हैं, इवेंचुअली हमारी मेंटल हेल्थ भी होती है. दैट्स टिप नंबर 1. Tip number 2 that I'd like to give you all is positively affirm yourself. इसका मतलब है that रोज सुबह उठकर अपने आप को रीजंस दीजिए खुद से मोहब्बत करने के लिए. तीसरा, वर्क ऑन यू फॉर यू. अपने एरियाज डेवलपमेंट पे काम करते रहिए. जस्ट अपने अंदर की जो थर्स्ट है नॉलेज के लिए, ग्रोथ के लिए, पर्सनालिटी के लिए, उस पे काम करते रहिए। ये मत सोचिए अब तो मेरी शादी हो गई है, अब तो बच्चों को ही देखना है, मेरे को क्या करना है। नहीं, मैंने क्या बोला था, आप सबसे पहला रिश्ता खुद से रखते हैं। उस रिश्ते को अगर आप सराहेंगे, उस रिश्ते पे अगर काम करेंगे, तो ही आप दूसरे रिश्तों को कुछ दे सकते हैं। अगर आपका कप खाली होगा, तो आप दूसरों को क्या देंगे? तो पहले जो मोहब्बत, जो कमिटमेंट और जो स्ट्रेंथ आप दूसरों को देती हैं, पहले खुद को दीजिए। Fourth, do not feel guilty about prioritizing yourself at any cost. खुद को खुश रखोगे तो अपने आसपास के लोगों को खुशी से खुश रखोगे, वरना फर्ज से खुश रखोगे। And that's a very deep thing that I just said. आप फर्ज से खुश रखते हैं तो आप दूसरों से उम्मीद रखते हैं कि वो आपको खुश रखें, पर वो उम्मीदें मत रखिए। Which brings me to my last tip. Please have realistic expectations from people around you, but have all the expectations in the world from yourself. खुश रहना है, खुद के साथ रहो, खुद से उम्मीद रखो। अगर ब्यूटीफुल दिखना है, खुद से। कॉम्प्लीमेंट चाहिए, खुद से। अगर आप खुद में खुश रहना सीख जाएंगे ना, तो बाकी सारे रिश्तों से अनरियलिस्टिक एक्सपेक्टेशंस ड्रॉप हो जाएंगी। आपके साथ खुद का रिश्ता तो अच्छा होगा ही, दूसरों के साथ भी बहुत अच्छा रिश्ता रहेगा। So these are the tips that I would like to give you. And of course, in the end, love yourself unconditionally like a mother.
Great. Thank you so much for amazing tips and this amazing session on body positivity. I'm looking forward to have more sessions on various topics with you. So thank you,
Likewise.
Saiba, for joining us today
Thank
and
you so
giving so
much.
much insight and amazing tips. Thank you.
My pleasure. Take care. Bye bye. Bye,
Take
everybody.
care. Bye. Bye.
Bye.